Have you ever been scrolling through Facebook or Instagram and found something that you thought was interesting and wanted to keep a copy of it for yourself or a link back to that particular event? Well, today I'm going to show you how to do that. And of course, we're going to be storing it in OneNote. So stay with me. Well, hi everyone, this is Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. And today I am coming to you with a viewer request. I got a comment or a post about copying things from Facebook. Now, let me just say up front that I'm not really huge on social media. I think people spend way too much time there, but I do use Facebook to keep track of events that are going on, what's happening at the museums, the libraries, the local churches, the craft sales, all of that kind of thing. I think it is a great way to advertise events and programs and things like that that are going on. So I do use Facebook for that. Personally, and I also use it to communicate with you, my followers and my viewers out there. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how I save that information. The person who wrote the comment to me said that they only can figure out how to share that information to themselves or someone else in Messenger, and then go back through Messenger and find that information. And it's a very cumbersome situation, which I completely understand. So today we're going to take a look at first my inbox, which is the one page in my planner where I store all kinds of important things that I need to remember. It is always the first page of every month of my planner, and I use it for all kinds of things. Storing information, storing notes, to-do lists, all that kind of thing, okay? So let's jump into the computer and we will get started, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about today, okay? All right, so here we are in OneNote, and on the left-hand side, of course, is OneNote. You can see over here, and the right hand side, I have Facebook up, kind of on a split screen so that you can see exactly what I'm doing, okay? So in my inbox here, you can see that I have, my general list of customized tags and things that I need to do. So like I said, I have to close out my February budget. I have to put in my March expenses for week 1. I need to buy 2 bags of Hollytone. So it's kind of a running list of things that I need to do. But I also like to use this page to store information. Okay, so I happen to be watching a YouTube video on apples, and I wanted to make sure that I could remember that. So rather than go and dig through my gardening journal and where I want to put that, I dump it on my inbox page in OneNote, and then when I have time, I can go back at the end of the month, or if I need that information prior, I know to go and look at my inbox page first, because that's where I put everything, okay? All right, so let's scroll back over to some empty space here in our inbox. And then I want to jump over to the Facebook page, okay? So you can see here that I am logged in for Crystal Clear Life 21. If you want to follow me on Facebook, that's where I am. I don't post a whole lot. I need to do better. I'm trying, guys. Keep reminding me. Anyway, I was scrolling through and I happened to see this cute post that was cats and quilts and gardens. I mean, that's me right there in a nutshell. And I thought, well, that's kind of cute. So there are lots of different buttons and things when you look at Facebook. Now, remember, I am on my desktop, which is different than if you're doing it on your phone or something like that. But if you look at these 3 little dots, these are the more dots. And it comes up and says, why am I getting this ad? I want to save this product. And you can save it and put it somewhere in Facebook. None of that helps me because I never think to go back and look at Facebook, okay? So if I wanted to, I could go down here to the share button, and I could click the share button, and I could make a post about it if I wanted to, but I also could go here and copy the link. So I'm going to copy that link, And then I'm going to come back over here to my OneNote inbox page, and I am simply going to paste that link right there. And the other thing I can do is, if I want to remember what this link is about, I can go back to Facebook, click on the picture, say copy image, and then go back to OneNote, hit my return key to give me a little bit of space, and again, Control V or paste. And then that puts that cute little graphic in there so that I can remember that is what caught my attention, okay? And then back over here on Facebook, let's see, I clicked on the actual quilt shop, and you can see it is a block of the month program that begins August 25th, 2025. Isn't that adorable? I really like that. I don't know that I'm that good of a quilter though. But anyway, I may check it out later. But what I wanted to say is, maybe you're not scrolling like this. Maybe you're looking for something specific. Did you know that you can search in Facebook? So right up here at the top, next to the Facebook logo, there's a little search thing, and you can search for, let's say, quilt shows, because that's something that's coming up. And maybe you want to see what quilt shows are there. So let's say what quilt shows are coming up for 2025. You can then start scrolling through and seeing the various quilt shows. There's one for the end of April. Okay. Anything else catching my eye? There's a quilt expo in April. That's interesting. Let's see. There's a Quilt Guild of NWA, not sure where that is, Benton County Fairgrounds in Arkansas. That may be a little far from me. Let's see. Let's go back up to that one that we saw near the top. Okay, so this one, let's look at this one, okay? This is the Paducah Quilt Show. This is like the big famous quilt show in the entire country, okay? If I wanted to, and I wanted to keep track of this particular quilt show, you can always click this little follow button, and that will then show you any other posts that this particular quilt show may put out, okay? You can also see over here, there is another more button. Again, you can save this post if you would like to. Again, that does me no good because I never think to go back to Facebook and look at those things. All right. So here is information about the quilt show. One thing I could do is I simply could come in here and I could highlight all of this text, and I could right click and copy and come back over into my OneNote page and paste. And it would give me all of that information, including a link to the quilt show down here for more information. All right. And then it also tells me where that is from. It automatically copies that link for me. So I copied this text from facebook.com search top quilt shows for 2025. Okay. Now, again, I can do the same thing. I can come down here and choose a picture. Maybe I want this one because it has all the information, how much it cost, when it is, all of that kind of thing. So I can go to this one, say copy image, take it back to my little description that I copied over here, come down to the bottom, hit enter again, and Control V to paste that in. Okay, and now I have the little graphic that goes with it that gives me all of the information. All right, so rather than having to go and look through Facebook and see all of my saved posts, I simply now have it in OneNote, okay? All right, so you can see how easy it is to copy things from Facebook and take them right into OneNote. I like to keep them on my inbox page so that I can find them quickly as I go back. If I were to go back and show you inbox pages from previous months, which I'm sure you guys have seen, I have all my little notes and my little clippings everywhere on those pages, okay? And it just really, it works great for me, and I really like that. It is the one place in my trusted source where I can find everything that is important or meaningful to me, okay? All right. Well, I hope that answers your question. I know this was a short video today, but remember, you can do that with other things as well. Okay, so same kind of idea in Instagram. So I've logged into Instagram and I am in my Crystal Clear Life. And again, I'm scrolling through and, ooh, what's that? Your home should tell a story of who you are and be a collection of what you love. Okay, that's beautiful. I love that. All right, so what I want to do, let's say I want to keep that. What I can do, again, is I can go to these three little dots. And when you click on those three little dots, again, remember, I'm on my desktop. I can either go directly to that post. I can share it to something else. I want to copy the link, so I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to go back over here into my Facebook page. I'm going to find some new clear space. Let's go right here, and we will paste that link in, okay? And then if I would like to, I can come back to Instagram. Okay, so I want to keep this entire Instagram post. So what I can do here is I can go here and right click. And did you know you can print from Instagram? Well, you can. And you can print to OneNote. So I'm going to go up here to click print. And it's going to load a preview of all of the pages that I have currently up on the screen. That's all those various posts that I might be seeing in my feed. And I can say my destination is to OneNote on my desktop. Do I want all of these pages? No, I just want this one right here. So I'm going to say custom, and this is page number 2. So I'm going to type in page number 2 and hit enter, and then you see that it just shows that particular image with the words on it and where it came from and all of that kind of stuff, okay? I'm going to leave it in portrait, I'm going to leave it in color, and then I am going to click print, okay? When I do that, I am going to, let me grab this little box. I get a message box that says, where would you like to print it? And today I am working in my test notebook, and I am working down here in new section 2. So I'll go to new section 2. I can even get specific and open that and say inbox, okay? And then I can say okay. And let me move this over a little bit so that you can see. Down here at the bottom, you see that entire Instagram post. Let me make this full screen so you can see it. It printed out the entire thing, okay? So here's the Instagram, here's the post, here's the information about it, there are all the hashtags, all that kind of thing, okay? And this happens to be the link, all right? So we can pull that down in here if we want. Let's cut that and put it down here so it is in the box with this one. Okay, so there's that. All right. Now, if I click on that link, it will take me back to Instagram, and it will take me back to this particular story, okay, that we were looking at. If, as earlier, I wanted to go to this one about the craft show, if I click on that link, it will open up Facebook, and it will take me right to this page. It will take me right to this page where the craft show was located, okay? And the one that I did earlier, if I click on that one, again, it will open Facebook and it will take me exactly to that particular page, okay? So no more scrolling through Facebook or Instagram to find those saved posts anymore. If you keep them in your inbox, you always know where they are, okay? All right, and remember, you can always search in OneNote, so that's helpful too, okay? All right, well, I hope you found this useful. You know, I know that sometimes navigating all these different things, social medias and, you know, all the various ways that people can contact you, sometimes gets a little overwhelming. And you feel like, you know, you've got to check your inbox, you got to check Messenger, you got to check your text, and you got to check your voicemail, and you want to check Facebook and Instagram and Blue Sky and all of those things to get all of the information that you need. And storing everything that is important or good for you to remember, putting it all in your inbox, I think is very helpful. At least it has been very helpful for me, and I hope that it will be helpful for you. So if you have found today's information helpful, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn those notification bells all the way on so you don't miss another video, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Here's hoping that you can live a more simplified and organized life through better planning. I use OneNote for just about everything. Until next time, okay, bye.